there are so many people approaching government officials and saying, please say something, please encourage us. So we're in this kind of cul-de-sac or in a vice grip where on the one hand, we want very much to embrace the efforts towards regime change, towards the Iranians who want to see a dramatic change in their lives. On the other hand, you know, we can't do it kinetically or militarily or, you know, in any real fashion of moving towards, you know, marching on Tehran. We can't march on Tehran. It's just that simple.
Do you think the Israeli government was expecting the regime to collapse in the first few days when you hit all the IRGC leaders, when you were at least indicating that you might hit the supreme leader's house as well? Were you expecting that the Iranians do some sort of uprising and collapse the regime?
I don't think we were expecting it. I think it's very difficult. I mean, you have policy analysts here in the audience who have a wealth of experience. It's very hard to, you know, prognosticate or to prophesize as to how things are gonna play out. You never know for 100%. Was everybody hoping that would be the case?
But they were calling, at least former Prime Minister Bennett was asking Iranians to go to the streets and...
Well, I can't take responsibility for those who served past positions, you know. There are many, you know, politicians who need some airtime and, you know, have...
but even Prime Minister Netanyahu was indicating...
Prime Minister Netanyahu was speaking as I spoke just now, with a tremendous passion and hope that the world will change and that the Iranian regime will change, and that's a wish, but that can't be a military goal. You can't establish democracy top down. I don't think, has it ever happened? I don't think you can do it. It doesn't work. Democracy is in of itself an expression of the people's will. So how can you ignore the people's will by forcing it? The will of the people has to be expressed. Now, how exactly we go about doing that, I don't know. I wish I knew. I wish I had a complete recipe that's worked. I think, though, that we've created the backdrop. We've created the props on the stage. And hopefully, they're enough for there to be capitalized upon and for change to be brought about.